Good morning and Happy New Year to all of you. I am Valley Anderson and I'm glad to bring this wonderful New Year's discussion with Dr. Surajit Khanna. As we all know, Dr. Khanna is a servant of the underserved, a child safety advocate, and the voice of the voiceless. He founded the Juvenile Justice Reformation Act Initiative, which in short we call the Returning Youth Initiative, back in 2020 to help young adults who come out of incarceration restore their lives and be brought back into society. Before we start this discussion, I would like to invite Dr. Khanna to give a short New Year's message.
Good morning, everyone. Happy New Year. I'm so glad that we could have all the young adults participate in this Returning Youth Initiative's New Year's 2022 message and discussion. The key message which I would like to give all of you, that this initiative is an unique initiative that helps young adults, mark my words, young adults between the age of 18 and 28. This is the age group this initiative is concentrating on to help them to restore their lives and returning back to the society where they should be belonging from. So we help them with all skills, trade skills, so that we can make them a good citizen of this country. So I wish all of you a happy and prosperous New Year's. I want to see more and more young adults to participate so that we can entrust other young adults, those who can be brought back to this particular initiative so that we can provide lot of good things to them. And we have been doing this, like Valley said, in 2020. Since 2020, we have been very successful. We have covered many states. And this year, Returning Youth Initiative is going to focus on the entire nation, which has been divided into 6 regional offices. And I'm glad to announce that all these regional offices will be functioning in the first quarter of 2022. And each regional office will have its own states. Hopefully, by the end of 2022, we should be covered in all 50 states. So definitely we need all 50 states representatives. So I wish you again all Happy New Year. And I'm so glad that Valley, Priya, and the existing staff of Returning Youth Initiative could organize this wonderful panel discussion today so that the nation would hear what exactly the youth, especially the young adults, they are looking forward to give to the community. Again, thank you very much. Wish you a Happy New Year.
Thank you, Dr. Khanna, for enlightening all of us. Now let me introduce each of the participants here who have joined from different parts of the nation to share their goals. Christine Lamp from Ohio, Athena Carrillo from Montana, Sahi from Lenape High School in Mount Laurel, New Jersey, Priya Saini from Illinois, Shreya Arukul, also from Lenape High School in Mount Laurel, New Jersey, Darshan Khanna from Pennsylvania, Arpan Khanna from Neshinmi High School in Langhorne, Pennsylvania, and myself from Montana. Dr. Khanna, would you like to start off this discussion?
Absolutely. Thank you very much. So I'm going to go in a line the same way Valley introduced each of you. Christine, Happy New Year. How are you doing today?
Happy New Year. I'm doing well. Thank you.
Excellent. So how do you see yourself lining your goals for 2022?
My goals, well, I write them down on a whiteboard and I have a planner set up for this coming year. And what my goals are is specifically about my business goals and just finances, because the inflation in America is just increasingly rapidly. And I like to take care of that and provide for myself and my family. And it's been very hard, but how I can achieve those goals is like building a relationship with more people and connection, and also having a mentor so you can have a strategized plan for what you do and how you
Excellent. Excellent. So do you think this you can pretty achieve what you're thinking that you'll be achieving with this inflation today?
Yes, because I attend a lot of conferences for what I do specifically, and I meet a lot of people and network with them to get like insight and advice.
Excellent. And I know you have been working with the Returning Youth Initiative as a digital marketing manager. So I'm sure you have been exposed to the Returning Youth Initiative to the full extent. So what do you think in 2022 this initiative should do?
We can like host seminars online or in person, it depends. And we can like improve our marketing for the e-commerce. I know e-commerce is very huge in the marketing space.
So how can you personally assist? You have a lot of background in e-commerce and digital marketing. So how can you assist this?
And I can build a store with a print on demand and design our brand and then advertise it on Facebook with video ads.
Which I think you already did, right?
Yes.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Do you want to add anything else, Christine, to tell anything to this young adults, those who will be listening to this message? How would you inspire them?
I think you should like have more self-love and compassion for others as well, and just focus on your hobbies and just be happy, because the world is not that positive nowadays.
Thank you very much, Christine, for sharing your views and vision for this particular New Year's Day. Next one, I would like to pick Darshan Khanna. How are you doing this morning? Wish you a happy new year.
Happy New Year. I'm doing good.
So Darshan, what exactly you want to achieve and how you would like to achieve your goals? Have you made some goals for 2022 yet?
So far my goal for 2022 is ace the MCAT, get into medical school. Going off of what Christine said, I would like to put that on a whiteboard and be able to cross it off so you can feel that sense of accomplishment. So that's my first quarter of 2022, what I'm hoping for.
Excellent. So I know you have been helping this initiative in Bucks County and also in Philadelphia County a little bit. So what do you think this initiative should do different in 2022 that could attract more young adults to join this program?
In Bucks County and Philadelphia, I think more of an outreach opportunity is there because it's a very big population, as well as establishing and creating our safe havens in these two areas will also bring a lot of attention to the returning youth, as Philadelphia is one of the big East Coast cities. So doing that, it will enhance like the global or national eye on the initiative.
Excellent. I know you have a lot of talents. So how do you think your talents could help what you just said that this youth initiative should do? How would you help in that?
I think the main two talents that I can bring to the table is I myself run my own nonprofit foundation since I was 13. So being able to help manage other individuals who volunteer is something that I can help with, as well as programming and event planning, as I was an RA in college. So doing that so we can outreach more here in Philadelphia and Bucks County is how I see I can bring my skills to the forefront.
Excellent. Thank you, Darshan, for sharing this wonderful vision. Would you like to conclude your session by giving something that the returning youth can get from that what you expect in this new year?
I think with all the uncertainty going on since the COVID-19 pandemic, that every small goal that is achieved is something that should be celebrated. So for all the returning youth that is listening, even like the smallest goal that you think is insignificant is a very big goal for this year. So you should pat yourself on the back for that.
Thank you very much, Darshan, for sharing your views here. All right. Next, we would go to Shreya Arkol from New Jersey. How are you doing, Shreya? Happy New Year to you.
Thank you. Happy New Year. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for joining here. Do you think before you start talking about your goals and other things, would you address the audience who will be listening to this, especially the young adults? How do you motivate them, giving them some inspiring words?
Inspiring words. I think what the world needs right now, especially, in the pandemic, I feel like everyone is so separated, and I feel like what we need the most is community. So what I would say is treat everyone with compassion, and in compassion we can build community, and we can build togetherness, and we can all uplift each other. So that's what I would say.
Excellent, Shreya. Thank you very much for this wonderful message. So as you know that we are stepping into this wonderful year 2022,
Mhm.
and what is your personal goals which you want to achieve this year?
So this year, I'm a junior this year. I'm a senior. I'm going to be a senior next year, school year. And I think, it's college admissions. This is like a huge year for me. And there's a lot of work at hand, and it's very exciting, but it can be stressful at times. So I think what I want to achieve is balance, and the ability to, not procrastinate, to space out my work so I can take care of my mental well-being as well as, the work at hand, and achieve my greatest potential.
Excellent goals you have. How would you achieve that? Because I would like to achieve some of your goals. Balancing.
So I heard of the people before me, they were talking about writing down exactly what you want to do and then crossing it off. I think that's a huge thing that's helped me personally, and I intend to continue that into 2022. So I want to be able to really plan out my week, my year, and plan out my goals ahead of time, and then cross them out for that sense of accomplishment, as they were saying. So that's one of the ways, and just not procrastinating, spacing out my work so I can take care of my mental well-being. I feel like that's
Thank you. Excellent. That's great. And I know that you've been helping in New Jersey area, especially in Mount Laurel area with our initiative.
Right.
So what do you think we should concentrate in 2022 that would help more people to know about this program?
I think I was actually thinking about this. I think one of, as to my understanding, this initiative does a great job in terms of financial instability and in terms of recidivism rate. Like this initiative really combats those things. But I think one of the huge consequences of the stigma surrounding people who've served time in jail is that they don't have a support system. And I don't just mean that in terms of money. I mean that in terms of companionship. They don't really get, like I was saying, the community that we have the privilege of getting because there's so much stigma. So I feel like one of the ideas that I was having for this initiative was that we could organize a network of people, a network of volunteers who are willing to, check in on these individuals like once a week and just see how they're doing, kind of like build some sort of friendship and be there for them because, God knows how lonely it can be. So that's what I was thinking. And it doesn't have to be like professionals. I was thinking like people our age, students, this could be like a student-led thing. I feel like there's such power in that.
Excellent. That's a very good point. That's why we also have this mentorship, so that one mentor of the same age group can mentor other person. Excellent thing you said. So do you think, based on your talent you have, you can help to achieve one of this in your area?
I think one of the things that I've always prided myself on my entire life is that I don't really see things in black and white. I kind of live in the gray area, and I always look at people and their actions, and I always analyze why they do what they do. And I feel like that, especially for this initiative, like that is something that I can really bring to the table. And it's for this reason that I also started my own student-led initiative that combats, patriarchal social constructs. And I use storytelling as a way, as a storytelling as like a different lens for my to portray my feministic viewpoints. And I think that this, the ability to see things not as black and white and the ability to approach people with compassion and empathy, I feel like that is something that really that's something that, the world could use, and especially this initiative.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Shreya, for sharing your wonderful vision, wonderful view, and thank you for joining today. Well, next one, we have another high school person waiting to speak up. Arpan Khanna from Pennsylvania. How are you, Arpan? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. I'm good.
You're good?
Yeah.
Excellent. So what are your goals for 2022? Or you are still in 2021?
I'm still in 2020.
You're still in 2020. Okay, so
Yeah.
you are two years behind us. Okay, no problem. We'll take you to 2022. We have all these wonderful people here. They will drag you to 2022 in a no mean time. So let's face the reality. Wake up and tell us what you want to do in 2022.
I would like to focus on myself more in school and focus on my SATs, like preparing for that. Because
how would you do that? How would you focus on yourself more? What is your idea?
Like maybe cut my time off, like always talking to people. Like I'm always on the phone with people, like 24/7. So maybe like cut that time off a little bit and just like see what I can do for myself and like focus on my studies more and preparing for everything I have to do for the rest of the school year.
Excellent. And you're aware of this Returning Youth Initiative, right? You know what this initiative is doing, correct?
Yeah.
So what do you think we should concentrate in 2022 that would attract more young people like yourself?
I would say like try to build more clarity and discipline for like all the youth kids. So like they have something that they can look forward to and stuff.
And based on your talents you have, I'm sure you have a lot of talents. And if you can pick up one or two of your vital talents, how do you help this initiative with your talents?
Well, since I'm a first degree black belt in karate, I could like teach the youth, like either virtually or something. I could teach them like self-defense and self-discipline so they can like be more prepared for the real world, for like other
Wow,
people.
I never thought about that. That would be great. What do you think, Valley? Isn't that a great idea of having self-discipline karate class by a 10th grader?
Yeah, why not?
Exactly. Thank you very much, Mr. Arpan. And before I let you go for the day, would you like to share a message to all the young adults, those who will be listening to this wonderful New Year's message, so that they can be inspired and they can come and learn your self-defense different skills?
I would say everything would get better. Like if anything's hard for you right now, it will always get better later on. Don't always like if something's hard right now, don't feel like it's the end of the road. Just keep on going and pushing because there's always a light at the end of the road. And always love yourself before you love anyone else.
Wow, that's a very powerful statement. Thank you very much, Arpan.
Thank you.
All right. Well, we have somebody from Chicago, Priya Saini. How are you today? Happy New Year.
Doing good. Happy New Year.
Are you still in 2022 or are you 2021, or you're climbing towards 2022?
I would say I'm climbing there.
You're climbing there? Okay. So, and if people don't know who Priya is one of our county managers in Chicago or Illinois, you can say. 2 counties she manages. She's been doing wonderful with lot of good things for the Returning Youth Initiative from the day one we started. So I really want to thank Priya for joining us here, enlightening all the young adults, including yourself. So what is your goal for 2022? You want to share a little bit with all of us?
Sure. Well, I think in 2021, one of my biggest goals was to finally kind of kickstart my creative interest, and I feel like this year I really kind of like planted the seeds, and in 2022 I really want to kind of help them grow into plants, if you will, and really solidify my skills, specifically in music production and perfume making.
Excellent. I remember that you have that passion to manufacture or develop your own perfume. So, and you brought up planting the seed. So do you know how do you achieve those goals? How are you planning to water those seeds?
I think with like music production, it's just a lot of like getting familiar with the softwares and practicing, every day, and looking for new sources of inspiration that can apply to both music and the perfumes. So, yeah.
Well, since you've been working with the initiative for over a year now, so what do you think this initiative should do different in 2022 if you want to focus only on your area in Illinois? What would we do different that will attract more people or more people who know us?
Yeah, so just keeping on the theme of creativity, I think kind of reaching out to local talents and artists and musicians and kind of partnering with them in a way when they're hosting like different shows or events like art galleries, kind of getting our message out through there. And I think another really good thing that we can do is kind kind of appeal to the youth through showcasing that we can really highlight their creative talents. I'm like a big believer in like the power of art. I think, especially like if you've ever been in a space creating with another person who maybe you don't know much about, but there's something about the process of creation that kind of gets rid of any barriers. And I think maybe sometimes as volunteers, it can be a little challenging trying to get people to open up and trust you. But I think when you're in that kind of creative space, it's like you're allowing vulnerability and like a way to express yourself that kind of transcends any like language or background differences you guys might have. And it's just a really great way to express pain and trauma or emotions in general. And I think it's definitely a more like exciting way to reach out. Like if we have like, you know, like fun events. And I think the youth will be like more drawn towards that.
That's nice. Well, with all the talents you have, how would you like to help? I know you've been helping a lot with a lot of your talents currently, but in 2022, what exclusive talents you would like to put it on the table so that this initiative can take advantage of?
Yeah, so if we do ever have any like creative events, I think I have enough like baseline knowledge in music production, or you know, I could probably offer like advice on like college stuff or tutoring. Yeah, like trying to help with like, I don't know, figuring out what you want to do with your career and stuff.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much, Priya, for joining us today. And before we end your session, could you give a message to these young adults, especially to your community people or the young adults, those who are going to listen to this?
Yeah, I would say don't be afraid to be ambitious, and don't be afraid to pursue what you think you need to be doing in your life. You know, pursue your happiness, especially right now during COVID. Like, I think we really need to focus on the things that make us happy to help our mental health in general. And, you know, don't worry too much about what you think you should be doing or what people say that you should be doing, and just try to focus on what you really want to do.
Thank you very much, Priya, for sharing your wonderful vision today and sharing this wonderful message and participating in this discussion. I would like to right now switch to all the way on the top next to me, Valley Anderson from Montana. Not only Valley was anchoring this show today, but also Valley is the executive assistant for the entire initiative. And also she, along with other board members in Montana, started the first safe haven. Welcome, Valley, and Happy New Year to you.
Thank you. Happy New Year's to everyone here.
So, what are your personal goals for 2022? Well, before you start jumping on that, I'm sure you know that today is the first day of 2022, right?
Right. Obviously.
Okay. I just wanted, because some of our participants said they're still 2 years behind. So just want to make sure that you are climbing up just like Priya in 2022. So what are your goals, personal goals you would mind to share with everybody?
Well, my personal goal in the first quarter, I would want to start and launch my new business, which I'm pretty much working on right now. Next week, I'll finish my hands-on training, and then I have everything lined up to just start. But I want to focus on setting weekly goals and actually sticking to them, because last year I kind of wrote my goals down, but didn't actually follow through. So things got put off. So that's my goal this year.
Nice. So how are you planning to achieve those goals in the first quarter?
Well, like I said, I'm going next week to finish my training, and then I already have been reaching out to different potential clients and have already booked a couple appointments. And I've purchased a nice planner on Amazon, so just gonna start writing different goals per week, but making sure to check on them each day.
Excellent. Since you have been a pioneer in this initiative, especially in Montana, what would you like to see this initiative to do different in 2022?
Well, I think in the Montana team, we kind of started slacking these last few months just because things got so hectic. So I would like us to get back out there and do more volunteer activities. And I would really just like to see us connect with the homeless and post-incarcerated, like as a whole, so that they can become more comfortable and come talk to us and let us help them. And I feel like that would just make our jobs easier as well.
And with your talents, your multiple talents you have, with one of your, if you can focus one talent that would help this initiative in Montana or in the nation to grow.
Well, I feel like I am a team player and I'm very motivated and ready to do any job. And if it's given to me, I will make sure it gets done. So I think that's something I can bring to the table, is I can be placed anywhere and help wherever.
Well, that's what you've been doing. So do you have any strong motivational, inspirational message to all the young adults, those who are listening to this and will be listening to this, so that they can be attracted to this initiative?
Yeah, like I said, I would just, it just takes one chance. Give people a chance to get the help you need. And I feel like if people actually did trust us and came and talked to us, they would see that we could make more of difference in different communities and in individual lives as well.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Valley, for sharing your wonderful vision today. And now I'm going to go and switch to Sahi from New Jersey. How are you, Sahi, today? And Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year to you too. I'm doing great.
You're doing great. You
Yep.
look great. You still have your Christmas decorations behind you. I can see
Yeah.
those. That's nice. So you are still stuck in 2021, or did you come up with 2022 yet?
I'm ready to go into 2022.
You are ready to go?
Yep.
And 2022, if anybody noticed, has all twos. So no single. Everybody is twos. So that means you got to double up your power. So 2, 2, 2. Everywhere 2 is there, right?
Yep.
So what are your personal goals of 2022?
One of the main goals I have is to read more. I know reading is a great gateway into knowledge. So just reading as much as I can to keep educating myself is really important to me for next year.
How are you planning to do that?
My idea is to start small, to have a list of maybe 5 books and to work through those, because a lot of times what happens is people set New Year's resolutions for the entire year. And that makes it really difficult to stay consistent. So, starting small and working weekly or monthly and just working in that way will be really rewarding.
Excellent, excellent. And I know you've been helping with this initiative in New Jersey area a lot, along with Shreya. So what would you like to see this initiative to be doing a little different in 2022 that will please you and the community as well?
I think I really liked what other people had said with the workshops. Just having different workshops, maybe one for dance, one for karate, one for maybe career goals, and just have people sign up for them so they could start making future plans for themselves and even developing hobbies for themselves and for the years to come. So just having those workshops for next year would be really helpful for these young adults who, have a lot of time and want to use it.
Excellent. And with your talent, how would you like to see yourself in this initiative?
Personally, I'm a dancer, so maybe having one of the workshops as a dancing workshop and leading that, as well as continue helping with the social media, and also starting up the Burlington County um, place in Mount Laurel would be really good.
Wow. Wow. Thank you very much, Shreya, Sahi, for joining us today. Would you like to give a last message to the young adults, those who are listening to this, so that they can be enlightened in 2022?
I think one thing to remember is to stay consistent. Um, a lot of people have these goals in mind and these really ambitious goals, but you have to analyze yourself as like who you are and who you want to be, and start taking these small steps and build yourself up so you can eventually reach your goals and become the person that you want to be. So I think starting small and staying consistent is really key in growing yourself as a person.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Sahi, again, for joining us today and sharing this wonderful message to all the young adults.
Of course.
Now let's switch to the last but not the least participant, who is everybody is waiting to hear from. She's also from Montana, and she's been working with the initiative with a lot of talents. How are you, Athena, this morning? And Happy New Year to you.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. So is Montana still in 80s or it is snowing?
No, it's snowing.
It is snowing. Valley
Yes.
said that it is in 80s. You guys,
I think
you guys
Valley
are in
lied
two
to
different.
you.
Oh wow. Okay. So how do you start your 2022 personally? What would be your goals?
Well, personally, I have two goals. One of my goals would be I would like to focus more on my well-being and my schooling. And then my second goal is a work-related goal to get the safe haven up and running with members and stuff.
Wow, that's impressive. So how would you like to achieve that? Your personal goal?
For my first goal, I would like to just put more time into school and not procrastinate on like my homework and stuff. And then for my mental health, I think that I should spend like a certain amount of time a day, not focusing on work or school and just like relaxing.
Wow, that would be a good goal. Everybody should note that goal. Make sure to take time for yourself and relax, even if it is 30 seconds a day, but you need to relax. Well, you've been working with Returning Youth Initiative, and you just said that is one of your goal is to see we have more participants in the safe haven. So how would you like to see this initiative to do something different in 2022, not only in Montana, but the whole nation, so that we can have more participants in the safe haven?
Well, I think one thing that we should focus on is, I know we only do like 18 to 28, but I think we should do some kind of program with younger kids, like maybe 14 to 18, and draw them in and go do like activities with them. And we could do like a class at the Safe Haven that's like focused on that age group too, and then have different classes for the older kids and adults.
That's a very good point. Very good point. Thank you for sharing that with us. And with all the talents you have, which I know personally, how would you like to help this initiative to achieve whatever you said to achieve?
Well, I think because of my age, I can relate a lot to these people and stuff. And so I think that helping out in the safe haven and like going there and like running activities and stuff would help them feel more comfortable having somebody closer to their age.
Wow, very good, very good. And again, thank you today for coming in and joining in and sharing your visions. Would you mind to share something very promising and personal to this initiative audience today for this New Year's? Last message from you.
I would I'd like to say that anybody can do anything if they put their mind to it, and they should never let anybody tell them different. Just focus on your goals this year and don't give up, because a lot of people believe in you.
Thank you very much, Athena, and thank you everyone for sharing your views today in this New Year's. And I think what I get, if I can summarize this, I get that everybody wants to help these young adults, especially those who are coming out of incarceration, so that they can lead a better life, build up their confidence with different activities that we are offering. And there is always light at the end of the road or the tunnel. And also keep in mind that you can do it, and you should be given a chance to yourself to build up the future. And let's work together as a team. In 2022, we have the, I would say, one of the challenging and best team, those who can provide you with all the support structure. Again, thank you for joining in today. Valley.
Thank you, Dr. Khanna, and all of the participants for this amazing discussion. This discussion was meant to give a clear vision of the initiative from young adults. We know that if all young adults are given the right tools and skill training, then each of them will be a great asset to the community and our country. Let us all work together in 2022 and make a difference. In order for you to know more about the initiative, please visit the website returningyouth.com. Thank you again, and we wish you all a happy and successful new year. God bless.